Okay, so you know Chloe Bailey, right? One half of Chloe X Halle, the sister duo that basically redefined what it meant to be effortlessly cool and insanely talented. Well, buckle up because things have apparently gotten seriously messy behind the scenes. And it involves none other than Queen Bey herself, Beyonce. The rumor mill is churning, and the latest gossip is that Chloe's solo career hasn't exactly taken off like a rocket, and some people are pointing fingers directly at Beyonce, suggesting she's intentionally holding Chloe back. I know, it sounds crazy, right? Like, why would Beyonce, who championed Chloe x Halle from the beginning, suddenly turn on one of her own artists? The story starts with Chloe and Halle's viral YouTube cover of Beyonce's Pretty Hurts back in 2015. That video exploded, catching the attention of pretty much everyone, including Beyonce. Within weeks, Chloe x Halle were signed to Parkwood Entertainment, Beyonce's company, with a $1 million record deal. It seemed like a dream come true, two young, incredibly talented sisters getting a massive opportunity to shine under the wing of one of the biggest artists in the world. And for a while it was. They dropped EPs, albums, opened for Beyonce on her Formation World Tour. Critics were raving about them, calling them the future of R&B. They were on a roll, but then things started to shift. Halle landed the role of Ariel in Disney's live-action The Little Mermaid and moved to London for filming. Chloe decided to pursue a solo career, and that's where the whispers start. Chloe started experimenting with her image, adopting a more overtly sexual persona, and some fans felt like it was a misstep. Her cover of Nina Simone's Feeling Good was controversial to say the least. Vocally, she nailed it, but the super seductive dance moves felt completely out of sync with the song's powerful and poignant message. It felt like someone was pushing her in a direction that didn't quite fit her artistry. Then came her debut solo single, Have Mercy. The music video was, well, let's just say it wasn't a critical darling. Some people called it low budget, others said it looked downright demonic, and instead of stepping into course correct, Parkwood seemed to double down, pushing Chloe further down this path. It felt like they weren't really seeing her, weren't understanding her true talent. It was like they were trying to mold her into something she wasn't. The album In Pieces was supposed to be her big moment, but it flopped. And to make matters even weirder, she didn't even include Have Mercy or Treat Me, her two most recognizable solo songs, on the album. It didn't make any sense, and people started to wonder if something was seriously wrong behind the scenes. Was Parkwood deliberately sabotaging her career? That's when the whispers about Beyonce started to get louder. The theory is that Beyonce is clearing the path for her daughter Blue Ivy and sees Chloe as a potential threat. Remember, Blue Ivy already has a Grammy, has performed at the Oscars, and is touring with her mom as a dancer. The idea is that Beyonce is grooming Blue to be her successor and doesn't want anyone, even someone as talented as Chloe, to steal her thunder. So then you have the whole other layer of the conspiracy, the really wild stuff, the whispers of sacrifices, of artists being held back, even, well, let's just say some people are suggesting that Beyonce and Jay-Z operate on a whole other level, that they're protecting their empire at any cost. I know, it sounds like something out of a movie, but that's the vibe some people are getting. The Aaliyah situation gets brought up a lot, the timing of her death, the rumors that Jay-Z was trying to get with her back in the day, the fact that he started dating Beyonce shortly after, it all adds up to a pretty unsettling picture for some. And then there's the report that Aaliyah was allegedly sedated before getting on that plane, that she didn't even want to go. It's a tragedy on so many levels, but some people see something more sinister there. Mary J. Blige even called it spiritual murder, which is a pretty heavy statement. Then you have people who've worked with Beyonce directly making some pretty serious accusations. Kimberly Thompson, her former drummer, claimed Beyonce was into witchcraft and performing rituals. She even filed a restraining order, and Ashley Everett, Beyonce's longtime dance captain, liked social media posts calling Beyonce a demon. That's not just some random internet troll, that's someone who was in her inner circle for years. It's all very out there. But then you loop back to Chloe and her situation. After she did that IG live talking about the movie Sinners and refusing to sell her soul, things supposedly went south really fast. Her post got restricted, and another Parkwood artist who had a collaboration with her suddenly went silent, wiping their socials and shelving the track. It's like they saw something, knew something, and decided to protect themselves. Chloe herself seems to be hinting at something. She talked about the vampires in the industry, the people who want you to sell out for fame. She said sinners reminded her of everything she sees and goes through every day. She even said that no matter how hard you work or how talented you are, sometimes it's not enough to get you where you need to be. That's a pretty damning statement about the industry and maybe even about her own label. And then you see Blue Ivy, who is undeniably talented, getting all this shine at such a young age. Grammy, performances at the Oscars, touring with her mom. It's a lot for anyone, let alone a kid. And while some people are celebrating her success, others are seeing it as more evidence that Beyoncé is pushing everyone else out of the way to make sure Blue Ivy stays on top. It's a complicated situation, and there are so many layers to it. Is Beyoncé just a fiercely protective mother who wants the best for her daughter? Is she a ruthless businesswoman who's willing to do whatever it takes to stay on top? Or is there something even darker going on behind the scenes? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing's for certain. Chloe Bailey's career hasn't gone the way a lot of people expected, and the rumors about Beyoncé's involvement aren't going away anytime soon. Whether there's any truth to them or not, they've definitely added a whole new level of intrigue to the story, and the fact that Chloe herself seems to be hinting at something deeper makes it even more compelling. It makes you wonder what's really going on behind the closed doors of Parkwood Entertainment. It's a lot to unpack, and honestly, it's kind of disturbing to think that someone as talented as Chloe might be getting held back for someone else's benefit. But hey, that's the music industry, right? Always full of drama, secrets, and maybe even a little bit of darkness. So Chloe's TikTok live, the one where she was all emotional about sinners, that really seemed to be the turning point. Before that, it was just whispers, hints and side eyes, but after that live, it was like she opened Pandora's box. She talked about negativity needing permission to enter, about not inviting it in to stay safe. But the thing is, when you're in that kind of pressure cooker environment, how do you not invite it in? It's constantly knocking, disguised as opportunity, as compromise, as the only way to make it. She mentioned the vampires tempting you, promising forever. If you just give a little piece of yourself, it's such a vivid image, and it really makes you wonder what kind of deals are being made behind closed doors. What are these artists sacrificing for fame? It's not always blood packs and literal souls, maybe. It's artistic integrity, it's control over your image, it's your mental health, and that's what made her crying for an hour after seeing Sinners so telling. It wasn't just a movie, it was a reflection of her own reality. The film showed the struggle between staying true to your art and selling out for success. The ones who gave in were celebrating, getting things quickly, while those who resisted were fighting for their lives. That's a powerful parallel to draw with the music industry. Then there's the Blue Ivy of it all. People see her constant presence, her accolades at such a young age, and they can't help but compare it to Chloe's journey. It's not about hating on Blue, it's about questioning the system that seems to be pushing her forward at the expense of others. Is she being groomed for greatness, or is she being used as a pawn in a larger game? 50 Cent's comment about Blue Ivy's Grammy, suggesting the Carters bought it for her, that was harsh, but it resonated with a lot of people. It felt like a slap in the face to artists like Chloe who have been grinding for years without the same recognition. It raises the question, what does it really take to succeed in the music industry? Talent, hard work, or powerful connections? In Chloe's solo career, it just doesn't add up. She's got the voice, she's got the stage presence, she's got the charisma, so why is she stuck in this weird cycle of over-sexualized image and underperforming music? It feels like she's being deliberately mismanaged, like someone is setting her up to fail. The Chris Brown collaboration was a particularly baffling move given his history with Rihanna, who was once signed to Jay-Z. It just felt tone-deaf and insensitive. Ultimately, it's all speculation, of course. We don't know what's really going on behind the scenes at Parkwood. But the rumors persist, fueled by Chloe's own cryptic comments and the perceived inconsistencies in her career trajectory. Maybe Beyoncé is just a fiercely protective mother who wants to give her daughter every opportunity. Maybe she's a shrewd businesswoman who's playing the game to win. Or maybe there's something darker at play, something that involves sacrifices and power struggles and the constant pressure to sell your soul for success. Whatever the truth is, it's clear that Chloe Chloe Bailey is at a crossroads. She can either continue down the path she's on, chasing fame and validation at the expense of her artistic integrity, or she can break free and reclaim her voice. The choice is hers, and hopefully she'll choose to stay true to herself, even if it means going against the grain. Because in the end, that's the only way to truly shine.